Hi, welcome. This is Janice Temple, and I am at the Lynn Museum in Lynn, Massachusetts. Hi, Nabi Sue. Welcome. And so today we are going to look at the exhibit From Sea to Sky, Outfitting for Travel. And today is Travel Thursday. It's Travel Thursday. Hi, TH. 1805, welcome. So from sea to sky, outfitting for travel. The feeling of wind in your hair from the open windows of a car, the flapping of clothes against your skin as you glide on a bicycle, the view of the horizon from a ship, the multicolored patchwork farmland seen from above through the window of an airplane, the familiar noise of an approaching train. The concept of travel invokes a range of different images and emotions such as levity, freedom, and wanderlust. At the turn of the 20th century, the streets of Lynn, Massachusetts were filled with automobiles, train tracks, and trolley cars, while our skies were dotted with hot air balloons and small planes taking off from our beaches. As an epicenter of American industry and culture, commuters and immigrants flocked to and through Lynn on their way to work at the many up-and-coming industries in Boston and its outlying cities. On the same tracks, leisure goers visited neighboring beaches and amusement parks with their children. From Sea to Sky, Outfitting from Travel puts a twist on travel and transportation by playfully looking at the clothing, luggage, tools, art, and souvenirs those travelers utilized and collected, while encouraging viewers to think about their own traveling habits. How has travel and its accessories evolved over the last century? With the age of the internet and self-driving vehicles upon us, how can we connect to history through the material culture presented here? What is the one thing you cannot leave home without? And how do you see it on display? We hope you discover new ideas and find inspiration to take you on your journey. This program is sponsored in part by a grant from the Lynn Cultural Council, a local agency which is supported by the Massachusetts Cultural Council, a state agency. Support for the textiles featured in this exhibit has been generously contributed in the name of Kathleen E. Rima. Okay, and so this is luggage that was used. These are suitcases from the early 1900s. Hi, saving our boys now. So these are suitcases from the early 1900s. And so this is a leather bag, and it's got the, what do you call those things? The labels on the side. Gift of Samuel H. Hollis. So that's a leather bag. And I think these were like hat boxes. That's a suitcase. Accoutrements of travel, originating from the French accoutrier, meaning to dress or equip. The term accoutrement appeared in the English vernacular in the mid-16th century. Considering the material culture of travel requires a look at the materials and accessories that accompany us on our journeys. How much is it? You'll take the two. Yeah, I don't think they're for sale. They're part of the museum collection, but thanks for asking. It's saving our boys now. I know, laughing out loud. So thanks for joining. Where are you joining from? This display of accoutrements evokes an image of women and children traveling, I know you are, at the turn of the century with a variety of items necessary for the ups and downs and adventures of travel. And this is a photo of a day out at the Lynn Beach circa 1890, Lynn Museum collection. Now over here, let's see what we have here. Oh, that's a picnic basket. This is a picnic basket from the 1900s. It's a gift of Sarah P. Ingalls. A pair of women's diving goggles from the 1900s to from 1900 to 1929. A wet plate camera made by E and HT from 1889. Oh, that's a first aid kit with medicine bottles, a gauze pad, compact mirror, pocket diary, ticket booklet, tickets for the Lynn horse car. Interesting. Lydia E. Pinkham's vegetable compound. Pills for constipation. Oh, okay. So that's quite interesting display there. Now over here, we have a child's dress with sailor motif from the 1940s to the 1950s. And then this is a child's carriage, 1930. And then the famous dolls, Alfred and Jackie, made by Annie Lynn Timison Estes for her granddaughter, Virginia Brown, 1924. And then this is Rolling About Town. So in the late 1800s, oh my God, she's actually on the bicycle in a dress. Can't imagine. So in the late 1800s and early 1900s, bicycles gained wide popularity among both men and women. An equalizer, both genders could freely enjoy the recreation of cycling, and clothing was subsequently influenced. Women's skirts became shorter and men's pants were altered in order to ride more comfortably. Oh, I would hope so. On the North Shore, you could visit amusement parks on Lynn and Revere Beach and rent velocipedes, known as penny farthing, or high wheels for a fun time. And that's what you could rent then. So women actually would go on a bicycle wearing this dress. Isn't that amazing? I can't imagine. And that bicycle, oh my goodness, this bicycle is taller than me. And I'm 5'4". It's at the top of my head. This is incredible. How would you even get on a bike like this? That's amazing, isn't it? It's taller than me. I'll turn the camera around. See how tall this bike is? See where the handlebars are? Incredible. And that's the seat, that's the saddle. That's the saddle of this. And those are the pedals. I don't know that I could, that's incredible. And to be on this dress and that, wow. That was some feet back then. So now we're gonna go over here. Okay. So these are art and utility of the sea. The sea has long, bye. Thank you so much, Saving Our Boys Now. Art and utility of the sea. The sea has long been a source for subsistence, commerce, entertainment, and exploration. Explorers braved oceans in search of land and fame, using sextants and compasses. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you. And who's sending red hearts? Thank you. Love the red hearts. So this is a sextant, and that's a compass. Trying to do that. And they were used to navigate the wide expanse of uncharted oceans. Whalers in pursuit of spoils sailed for years on end, carving scrimshaw. So this is scrimshaw right here. That carving on the whalebone. Oh, this is taken from a whale washed ashore at Lynn Beach, April 26, 1890. Wow, that's incredible. And that's a seashell. Looks like it has a prayer on it. Oh, that's supposed to be Alexander Hamilton. Amazing. And this shell is carved with a sailor's prayer. This is 1825 to 1875. This is an oil lantern, 1830. And the scrimshaw is 1837. Scrimshaw was your modern day video game back in the 1800s. It was very common for a scrimshaw to be a shipman's hobby while at sea on long voyages that could have lasted over 2 years. The texture of the surface is extremely smooth, as if it was polished with a machine. Even though we see it just as a tooth, the piece is actually heavy for its size, which isn't noticeable from just looking at it. The weight gives us the vision of the tooth actually coming from a whale. If you look closely at the ship that is drawn on the back of the scrimshaw piece, you can see that there's an American flag. Oh wow, American flag on the flagship. This may symbolize that the shipmen were American. Well, we can't see the back of it, unfortunately. And over here is a sailor's Valentine, Truth and Forget-Me-Not, 1830 to 1890. Oh, this is the sailor's Valentine. That makes more sense. I'm like, that's not possible. I don't know if you got, oh, Truth. And then this one is Forget-Me-Not. That's what that is. And this is a sextant used by Captain William L. Teal of Nahant, 1864. Okay. Now, life jacket from the Boston Revere Beach and Lynn Railroad Ferry, the Brewster, 1936. And this is a women's Navy captain's hat worn by Dr. Virginia Brown, 1960. And that's the same one that had the dolls. Lynn Steamboat Company. So these are steamboats, 1893, 1894, 1896, 1901, 1902. A mechanical toy steamboat with coal-fed steam boiler, 1860 to 1863. And this is a woman's bathing suit. Ha! Gift of Jane Mucklin Harrington from the 1945. And there you can see the insignia on the side that shows that it's a bathing suit. But it looks like a dress nowadays. So that is quite interesting. That looks like a dress, doesn't it? So this is Land and Leisure. Whether it be by bicycle, stagecoaches, horse-drawn carriages, trains, streetcars, or automobiles, Lynners and those visiting in the city have always found ways to get around. The earliest settlers relied on horse and carriage prior to the introduction of the train in the early 1800s and later the automobile. People used the rails for commuting to work in Boston as well as for recreational use. Often train tickets included admission to Wonderland amusement parks and local dance halls. In addition, multiple ferry routes connected to the Boston Revere Beach and Lynn Railroad line. These ferries brought people to nearby destinations such as Swampscott and Boston. This section explores the evolving modes and means of land travel for both business and pleasure. So, lots of tickets from the area. And this is an exhibit. I gotta try and get out. A night stay in Lynn. From health tourism to beach vacations to shopping, visitors enjoyed the sights and sounds of Lynn, creating a need for overnight lodging to accommodate the influx of travelers. The construction of the Salem Turnpike in 1803 connected Lynn with the commerce and culture of Boston, increasing travel to and through the city. In response to travel on the Turnpike, the Lynn Hotel was constructed in what is present-day Market Square. Also known as Breed's Hotel, the building was substantial in size, featuring two large gilded balls. Okay, two large gilded balls. And a large bank of horse stalls. The Sagamore Hotel was erected in 1855 and purchased by William C. Thompson in 1860. Remodeling the structure, Thompson opened Lynn's first theater. The Thompson Opera House in 1869. He reverted the opera house back into a hotel in 1874, and it operated continuously until it was consumed by fire in 1895. A favorite spot for travelers, the Sagamore Hotel was located 3 minutes from the main railroad station, and a visitor remarked that the cuisine was all that could be desired. Our hotel conjures imagery of a traveler lodged at Sagamore Hotel, nestled at the desk, reading correspondence from home. Oh, thanks for sharing and inviting. By light of a candle while sipping a cordial from a traveling liquor case. That is a traveling liquor case. Oh my God. That is so amazing to be a traveling liquor case. Hi. How are you doing? So let me turn. So we are at the travel exhibit at the Lynn Museum in Boston. Oh, what's the matter? And so this is a railroad worker shirt. That's a kerosene lantern. So the worker shirt is 1920 to 1939. Kerosene lantern 1913 to 1920. Drawing, main depiction, railroad and main railroad, 1982. A narrow gauge train bench. That's a train bench. 1930. Advertisement of the Lynn stage line, 1983. Ticket to Ride. The advent of the railroad revolutionized travel, making it possible to cover vast distances from the comfort of a rail car. Previously overland, travel was made difficult by terrain. Hi, how are you doing? Chris STL. The first railroad in Lynn, the Eastern Railroad, spanning Boston. Hi, how are you doing, Manuka? Welcome. So we are at the Lynn Museum, looking at their exhibit on travel, because today is Travel Thursday. Yes. And over here, now what is that? Okay, you too, Chris, thank you. A new American celestial globe made by J. Wilson and Company. 1826, wow. A stool used by Maria Mitchell. She was an astronomer. I never heard of an astronomer. 1850 to 1880, a female astronomer. It was removed from her home, 111 Green Street. Wow, so they had women astronomers. And that was at her house there. That is so cool. And that's a cool painting. That's beautiful. Born in Nantucket in 1818, Maria Mitchell was a female astronomer best known for the discovery of Miss Mitchell's comet in 1847. Appointed as the first professor at the newly formed Vassar College in 1865, Mitchell was the first woman awarded a salary for work based on academic knowledge, as well as the first woman inducted into the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. An outspoken activist for women's rights throughout her life, she co-founded the American Association for the Advancement of Women. Mitchell arrived in Lynn later in her life, following her retirement from Vassar in 1888. Living with her sister on 111 Green Street, she continued to work on her research until the time of her death from brain disease in 1889. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. And this is a view from above. Wow. Okay, so in 1867, Parker Wells, the proprietor of a stitching shop on Market Street, built a gas balloon, naming it the City of Lynn. The first live demonstration of the balloon was on the Lynn Common. The vessel ranged 35 feet in diameter, was comprised of oil and varnish, Bartlett cotton, and fueled by gas from the Lynn Gas Company. Manned by John Hall, a Civil War veteran of the Union Army Balloon Corps, and Andrew Mason, agent of the gas company, the balloon rose slowly as viewers cheered and waved their hats. Lynners continued to look at the sky long after the launch of Wells' balloon. Astronomers like Maria Mitchell gazed into the stars in the observatory at High Rock Tower, and the rise of aviation allowed local pilots such as Harry Atwood of Swampscott to take to the sky, breaking records for long-distance flights. Thanks for dropping by, Chris. I appreciate you. Thanks for saying hi. By the close of World War II, General Electric's role in creating, oh, you're welcome, thank you, in creating jet engines solidified Lynn's supremacy in the sky. You too. This section explores multitude of ways Lynn has engaged with our world above. Oh, there's the balloon. Wow. So that's the balloon at Lynn Commons. That's amazing. And so this is the gas balloon valve used by John H. Hall. The valve was located at the top of the balloon. Releasing gas, 1865. Original Parker Wells patterns for the gas balloon flown on July 4th, 1864 by John H. Hall. Featured in the photograph above. So, and we're gonna go over here. Hi, welcome. And then these are photographs, paintings. Waterwood on paper, Ira Haskell. Best known for his waterscapes, Ira Haskell lived and painted in Lynn. Born in 1883 in New York, this watercolor is an imagined scene of how the Lynn Depot Yard appeared in 1834, prior to the rapid urbanization of Lynn's landscape. His soft treatment of the scene draws the viewer into a sunny day with picnic basket in hand, waiting to be carried to the railroad for a seaside outing. Here's another one. That's an early view of a road in Lynn Woods Reservation. So this has been the Travel and Transport